Hey, welcome to Sit and Chat 612, where we come up with weekly topic. Disclaimer: these are our life experiences and our opinions, and plus we've been around the block a few times. The topic today is about some stuff we've seen on social media and heard. First, we're gonna start off with the famous Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade talking about how they split stuff 50-50, and both of them have lots of money. So 50-50, 60-40, 70-30. I think they're talking about financially they split 50-50, but apparently D Wade has way more money than her, right, supposedly. So how do you feel about splitting stuff 50-50?
You mean just?
I think they're talking about financially. Or there's no longer the man is the head of the household, like he pays for everything.
I know for me, I'm old school, so like. What you mean?
He's old school.
I'm old school. That's what he said. So like I don't mind paying for things.
No. You're gonna pay all the bills. That's head of the household.
Am I gonna pay all the bills?
Yeah.
I mean, if you down and out, yeah. You know what I mean? That's just.
But what if I got it?
Hell no. Is that a curse word?
No, it's not.
We have to edit that one?
No.
Okay. No, you finna put something in there.
So, do I have to split it 50-50 though?
No, it don't have to be 50-50 to me. Like, I guess I could say whoever's the breadwinner. Do breadwinner sound right?
The breadwinner is the person whoever bringing in the bread. So if both of you are bringing in the bread,
I guess if I'm bringing in majority of the money, and I guess I would pay the main bills, and whatever you can afford out your pocket, then you.
So we're gonna say what are the main bills? You talking about the high ticket type bills?
So I say for us, like the mortgage. You know what I mean?
Okay, but you don't pay just the mortgage. So I feel like he's talking about the higher bills. Okay. So like he pays the bills, and I pay the bills in the house.
I'm gonna just say you pay what you can afford, because everybody finna go broke. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's how I feel about that. Like,
how you feel?
I don't feel like it needs to be 50-50. Again, it's whatever works for you. Because I feel like if you rich, you got money, it kind of doesn't really matter. Yeah. Like, because you ain't finna be broke, technically.
Yeah. But why do they split 50-50? But she also said they have other households that they take care of. Right, so I'm assuming they're talking about their parents.
Oh, yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. You know, like, what? But, like, people are getting so rah-rah about it. But I'm like, if you have money and you have passive income coming in, is it really going to affect you? But now I feel like a man is still of the head of the household, even if you pay 50-50. Yes. Why do you feel why do you feel like that? Because he make more money, or because he's the man? No. So you're saying that if a man is paying 50-50, that he's not the head of the household?
Why can't we be joint head of the house?
So you don't feel
if it's equal work, equal pay,
right?
It ain't joint.
It's joint, but still, like, you don't.
Okay, what's head of the household? What's head of the household? No. What makes you head of the household if it's not paying everything? What makes you head of the household? DeAndre said it first, so I'm gonna go to him. You think about it. Yeah. What makes you head of the house?
Now, keep my. I'm not married, but what I feel like head of the household is like when it comes to, like, if we have kids or something, you know, like it's so hard to explain because I'm not married. Right. But I feel like
you have thoughts on it, so spit them out. Because what is it?
Yeah, but what I feel like the head of the household is when it is what a man should be, right? But I don't feel like finances dictate you being head of the household. But what makes
you head of the household? What is it that you do differently that she's not doing that make you the head? I know what the traditional stuff is. Right. We're not there. What makes you the head? What are you doing that she isn't doing that make you the head besides you being the man?
Are you thinking like biblically? Like
no, that is not what he's thinking.
Well, my thing is it kind of ties into what we were talking about when it comes to like having natural roles. Like I just feel like naturally a man is the head of the household.
No, because that ain't it. So what's your answer?
No, that's a good answer.
No, but what's your answer?
Shoot, what was my answer? I just look at it like you. I look at it like, you can't like. Cause I can't say. Well, I'm gonna say how I feel. I just look at it like I'm the man and you the woman. So it's just like in our household is not like that. Our household we kind of like. But
I feel like you're equal.
I just but that's how our household is. That's the way we establish it. But I just feel like everybody else, other people have different roles. Like they're just like, I guess it depends on the way y'all establish y'all relationship. So. D Wade and Gabrielle Union established a relationship where it's 50-50. That's all about what they talked about. So I can't really say none on the way that they are established their relationship. You know what I mean? And like it goes back to traditional and it goes back to modern. Mm-hmm. Like a lot nowadays, women are like bosses. Women doing their own thing. Like I got my own money. You know what I mean? Dominant. You know what I mean? So it's just like, it depends on what type of person you is. Like nowadays,
is it because? So they say the woman is supposed to follow the man. That makes you head of household? Because I feel like that's not how that go now.
Not now, but back in the days, that's
possibly. That don't mean that's how that went. Because I guarantee you might be the man out in the streets, but the woman is still running the house.
Facts.
Big facts.
I feel like that plays a part in it too. But also, like, you look to your man to make like when it comes to like super important decisions.
What decisions? What super important decisions you look for him to make?
Whether it's about like talking about like being a protector, like you know that he's not going to lead you guys astray.
But neither am I. So what makes you the lead? Because you just want to say it's because he's the man. I feel like I'm protected over our household too.
Yeah, but so my question would be, if somebody breaks in your house, Tone is going to be the one to go down and protect you and your kids, right?
Easy.
Hell yeah. What about when that bet came in the house? And you and Antonita down there, fell down the stairs. Matter of fact, you dragged that downstairs. You was the first one out the room. You be talking about your knees and your back. Shit.
That bat was flying around my head. Of course, I was about to go. Bat had rabies.
Who had to get it out the house?
I helped you get that bat out that house.
Hold on, man. Hold on. How you help me?
How did you get that bat out the house by yourself?
What you mean, how I get it out?
How did you get it out by yourself?
I went over there. I put the box on it.
We didn't even have no box. We used one of those bowls, and it was in the crevice of the curtain. And we unhooked the curtain, and we was doing that together.
I remember. Okay.
What?
Okay. So who took it out the house?
We took it together.
No.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. So and we walked out, because one of us had the thing, and the other one had the curtain, and then we let it go.
But I'm saying, who was still in the room when y'all ran?
You possibly was.
Right, there we go.
But you also didn't get the bowl to put over the bat so it wouldn't fly.
Who came up with the idea?
Not you.
Okay, so that's okay. That don't matter.
But my thing is, like, being of the head of the household is, like, as a man, you know that your family is basically kind of dependent on you, like, to be able to keep the household good, like good, protecting, providing. That's what my mindset goes to when it comes to being the head of the household. But that doesn't mean that the woman is like, like beneath you and she can't do nothing. No, I just feel like that's a natural role that men have.
Okay, listeners, let us know what you think, because I think this is going in circles and not going anywhere. Let us know. So make sure you put something down in the comment section, because we're going to move on to the next thing, because we're not agreeing on this. Okay, so another one is, what is it about the fascination about with kids with these guns and posting them on Facebook or Instagram like Ja Morant? What do you think the fascination is? Like, why do you feel like you have to have a gun and show it? Like you have it, why does it have to be seen? Why do people have to know your move? That, I guess that's what I don't understand.
This new generation is weird to me personally, because what I feel like is like you have to put on this persona, you know that you're tough or that you're this and that you're that, but I'm like, you don't need to be. I don't understand what showing a gun does, especially when you are playing a professional sport, you're making millions of dollars. Why would you think to do that, right?
Is it because he's young? Because he's young, right?
Yeah, that could be a big part of it too, because we always say, like, when you don't have no money and then you instantly get famous or
that might be true, but there's a lot of young kids who don't have money and they're going around showing guns. So is it just stupid and young?
I feel like, of course, yes, it's because they're young, but I really feel like it has a lot to do with a lot of things. I feel like sometimes it's environment. And I'm gonna say this.
I heard from what I saw, he didn't come from he didn't get it out the mud like everybody else. Like he had decent parents that was doing for him. So who he trying to impress? You're making millions. But I feel who are you trying to impress? The people that you don't be around anymore?
I really feel like it's what people see. Like you got rappers, you got rappers. I mean,
so you're saying kids are just that easily influenced? Do y'all remember being that influenced about from like celebrities? Yeah. You was easily influenced.
I remember the styles just like coming up.
But that was dressing.
Air Force One, when Air Force One first came out.
Yeah, but that was dressing.
But that's influence. Like you see these people on TV that influence you to sag your jeans or
that ain't cute. Just so y'all know.
Yeah, but I feel like there's a lot of things that easily influence kids these days. Like, it's the reason why people do what they do. Like, okay, for instance, like when Pac was, Pac wasn't that person that he became when the light was on him. You know what I mean? And I also feel like, matter of fact, that's a good idea too. When you're not in the light versus when you get in the light. Because who does all that extra stuff when you're not on social media? Because I just feel like social media make people a different person. Because some people might be nothing, but when they get on social media and people viewing them and people watching them, they feel like they're they feel like they're important.
They have to put on. They have to be another person.
Yeah, you can go online and just have an opinion about anything, and then people will follow you. And then you feel like you just this big, well-spoken person, like, oh yeah, because I got followers now, because I have an opinion. I'm like, that don't mean nothing.
Exactly. Yep. That's what I feel like. That's one of the reasons. And I feel like if, you are who you hang around. So if your friends, running around with guns and stuff like that, and you don't have that. If you don't have that right circle around, you're gonna wind up doing it. I feel like a lot of these kids are childs of their environment. You know what I mean? Like if you grew up around gang banging, drug dealing, going back and forth to jail, if that's
but did some of them grow up like that? I'm not, or they're just trying to impress their buddies?
That's what I feel like it is too.
Yeah, but I feel like that's what it is too. And like I feel like a lot of times it's what people see. You know what I mean? And it influenced them. Like I'm repeating myself, but like nowadays these kids are easily influenced. So it's just like I say, like some people just being on social media, like.
But what do you think the attraction is? Why you can't attract good? Why is it always the bad? What is the attraction to it?
Well, there's a lot of things out there that really aren't good. For example, like when Tom was talking about with the whole like rappers and everything, like if that's what you see, that's what you feel like is good. Like, oh, they talking about the streets. Oh, they got money. They flashing money. They flashing guns. That's good. Like, so that's what they feel like. Oh, let me be like that too. So the good stuff is not really portrayed out there as much as the negative stuff.
And I feel like it's a business thing. Like, positive don't sell.
Yeah.
Just like if I see somebody going to church and doing right and stuff like that, like that's goodness. But like if you see somebody is toting guns and fighting and stuff like that, just like I don't know if I should bring it or not. Somebody got into a fight and then this another person, from what I
Oh, you talking about what was on social media Saturday night downtown?
Yeah, somebody got pushed on the light rail and ran over. You know what I mean? And then somebody was recording it.
Yeah, like why? Have you seen it?
No.
Did you? I didn't watch the whole clip.
But I saw clip is gonna get.
It got many views.
You know what
and
I mean?
you see, it looks sort of like a movie. The person legs are hanging over the sidewalk. Why are you recording it?
Right.
Or why did you post it?
Right.
Because why?
I feel like it's
the
all
views.
About,
the views.
That's what it is about. I'm telling you, that's what it's about, man. It's all about what people can gain for other people. Other people's mistakes or what it's
misery.
It's crazy, man. But like I say, positive don't sell, negative sell. It's just like you're not gonna watch a show if everything is going good. You're gonna want some kind of horror. You're gonna want some type of drama. You're gonna want that's what sells. You know what I mean? And I feel like it's a lot to do with like just the business in general. Like, you know what I mean? And I just feel like off the Ja Morant situation, I just feel like it's an image. You know what I mean? It's everybody wants.
But he's not portraying a good image and possibly could lose him some money.
That's
stupid.
That is true.
But then again, he's young, so maybe he's not worried about the money.
Right.
But also, like you were saying, like it could be, like you don't want to hear people say, "Oh, young and dumb," but it's like you haven't really experienced life.
Yeah.
To know that. Okay, I am in a great position. Mm-hmm. I'm a role model. Mm-hmm. So like he's just thinking like, oh, I am young. I'm playing basketball. You know what I love to do, mm-hmm. and I'm getting paid millions, but I can still kind of go do what I want to do, but not really understanding that there are going to be consequences. Because
wait, why is it that he don't understand? Because he did it once, got in trouble. We repeat this, but then again, they said it wasn't him who was recording; it was a friend. Friends don't do stuff like that.
But even with that, that comes with being young, because like how many times have we done something one time and then we do it again?
True.
Like he's probably not going to learn until something really bad starts happening or stuff starts going downhill.
I feel like a lot of that got to do with. I feel like he's living in the moment. You know what I mean? He's living in the moment. He's having fun. Drink, smoke, or whatever they do to have fun. I feel like he's just living in the moment and he's not thinking until it's brought to his attention. You know what I mean?
But it's been brought to his attention. He don't care.
Yeah, but it's consequences come with that. You know what I mean? Like I said, you hang around. You hang around people that like, even though he grew up in a nice neighborhood, how many people that that's not like that, but they like to listen to rap and and portray that what they hear and see?
I don't know any people.
Okay. But I feel like it is who you hang around, because
it really is.
You can't have people that are going to record you with a gun on live,
right?
Especially if they know that you got in trouble with that before. Mm-hmm. Why is your friend recording you live?
Right.
Now, it would be different if it's just like a regular recording where you can kind of trim it.
Yeah.
But like, for you to be like, yeah, let's go on live flashing the gun, that doesn't make logical sense to me.
Right.
Like you need friends around you who are going to hold you accountable.
Yeah, exactly.
This generation lacks accountability. Mm-hmm. You can't call them out on anything, because then they feel like they're being attacked.
Yeah.
Versus you being accountable for your action, because if you never did it, no one will have to call you out.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, like you said, like this generation is different, because like back in the day, like we can pull. I know for me and my sisters, we first of all, like we was around us. You know what I mean? We was around us. We was around people too. One thing I do know.
Jumping what?
Okay, look. let me just say this. Scratch everything I just said. Let me just say this. My mom kept us into stuff. Like we would go to the park. We would play sports. Like she kept us into anything that she could keep us in to keep our mind active.
Yeah.
That's what she did. You know what I mean? So and I'm pretty sure Ja Morant was in basketball camp and all that stuff like that. But it's like I felt like what helped us is keeping kids involved in stuff, whether it's church, whether it's boys and girls club, whether it's Girl Scout, you know what I mean, whether it's baseball, basketball, football, keeping them into some, I feel like for me helps me, stay away from like other things that was bad. Not to say I'm perfect. I'm not perfect. Everybody makes their mistakes, but if you're constantly around people that are doing good things, you're gonna eventually, of course you gotta fall and, bump and bruises getting up because you're young. When people young, they just do dumb stuff and they don't think. Even if they do it, like you said, people gonna keep doing it. You know what I mean? But if you always got them people around you checking you when you fall out of line, then you eventually be like, okay. And I just, not to say Ja Morant don't got good people around him. Matter of fact, this preacher's, I'm jumping around. But this preacher said, I was listening to this preacher this morning, and he was saying that you're raised around your family, I would say from when you're young to like maybe your teens, and then when you get in your teens, you're around your friend most of the time. You know what I mean? So you leave, not to say you leave, some kids leave the house at a young age, but then when you're around your friends, majority of your life, your family too, but like you go off and be your own person, and you make friends and stuff like that. So when you're hanging around people, like whether they're good people or bad people, you are who you hang around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's it. I think we already talked about that anyway. You know what I mean? But if you don't got people holding you accountable, you're gonna continue to make mistakes. And I just feel like Ja Morant, he's young, and I just feel like, I don't know, like I can't say his parents or nobody's not saying nothing to him. They probably is. But
I guarantee you they are. But once they leave your house, well, you can't tell them anything. And we've already said that too.
But yeah. Anyways, I just stay on top of them. You know what I mean? Don't bash them either too, because sometimes we bashing kids a lot. They can tend to go the other way too. You know what I mean? So
yeah, there's always a good, like I said, there's always a good mixture you have to have in being on your kids, but then like not being on them too much.
Right.
But having that constant right and wrong thing, say, like to let them know, like, if you do this, these are the consequences. If you do this, this is probably what's going to happen.
Right.
So if you don't want this to happen, then you probably shouldn't do this. That's what we had growing up with my mom. It's like she was real good at telling us what the consequences were for something. So like she was like, I advise you not to do it, but you feel like you think about doing it, just know these are consequences. So if you can't deal with that, you probably shouldn't do that.
Right.
And she always say, be wary, like who you hang around, right? Be aware of your surroundings as well. So if I know my friend's gonna go live and I got a gun, I'm probably not gonna be flashing it.
Right.
But that's you in your older years.
Yeah.
You might have did it in your younger years.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
But I don't feel like that, because even in my younger years, when it came to like stuff like that, or like hanging around people, I was very much wary. I'm like, because I ain't want to go to jail. So like, I'm not going to hang around those type of people or hang around in this specific area of the city where something could happen. Then they could look at me like, well, you're here, so you're part of it.
Right.
So.
And that's exactly how it goes.
I could say a lot of people are followers too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's not enough leaders out here too. So I would say that's another reason why a lot of these kids kind of wind up in this situation, because they're following, other people. But yeah, be around leaders, be a leader.
Yeah, and like, I totally agree with being a follower. what you were saying about people being followers, because it's kind of like people follow what's popular.
Yep.
And that is what kind of frustrates me too. But that can be about like anything in life.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, like, well, people want to rap a certain way. Like, people want to dance a certain way. Why can't you try to make up something on your own?
Okay, so those were our topics for today. And leaving out with encouraging words. I think I done said this about 20 times. Be you, because being someone else or following someone else might get you in trouble. And trouble is what you want to stay out of, because it's hard to get out of it once you in it.
Yep.
I would say be aware of your surroundings. You could be walking, driving, like, if you see something that looks weird, you might have to take a different way, so just be aware of your surroundings, so that will keep you from being associated with trouble. So.
I would say surround yourself around people that are doing something in life. You know what I mean? And I would say that would be my encouragement. Put yourself around people that are positive, that are doing things. You know what I mean? And eventually, you'll develop some of them traits, being around those people to be able to do more positive things, or do even something that you want to do. So, yeah.
And on that note, that's Sit and Chat 612.